Praise terminates captivity and enforces both liberty and authority. That is how praise causes us to take charge. It terminates captivity and enforces both liberty and authority. In Acts chapter 16 verse 25, Paul the apostle and Silas were in the prison. He said, and at midnight, I'm going to be reading all the way to verse 30. Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto God. And the prisoners heard them. And suddenly, there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken. And immediately, all the doors were opened, and everyone's bands were loosed. That is captivity terminated. And the keeper of the prison, awakened out of his sleep, and seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing or assuming that the prisoners have all fled. But Paul cried with a loud voice, saying, do yourself no harm, for we are all here. Then he called for a light and sprang in and came trembling and fell down. The person who was meant to be their boss in the prison fell down before them. The prison warden, the prison correctional officer, is bowing down before the prisoner like a posture of worship. Verse 30. And he brought them out and said, sirs, prison officer is calling the prisoner sir. What must I do to be saved? Praise turns the captive into the captain. Praise turns the victim into the victor. Are you hearing what I'm saying here? The captivity was turned. The captive is the captain. The victim is the victor. The person under control is the person in control by the frequency of praise. That is what praise does, to cause you to take charge. The servant can become the master at the frequency of praise. The tenant can become the landlord at the frequency of praise. The pursued can become the pursuer. That is happening for somebody here today. Every chain that bound you before you came here, the chain shall both be broken and your liberty shall be established. You believe that? Say louder, amen.